I'm just extremely happy and I'm extremely proud, not only to have a close friend and a teammate as the main event, but somebody like Jacob Couch, somebody who's worked really hard for what he has in his life, somebody who started out as a late replacement, who was kind of written off, who was a plus 3,200 or something to win a tournament that he was a late replacement for, and ended up doing very well and placing and taking third place. So when you look at his story, he really didn't come up on a silver spoon necessarily. He didn't come up as the favorite on anybody's card. He never came up as the betting favorite, you know what I mean? And it's just awesome that he gets to have a match of like this magnitude. So more than anything, I'm just really happy for him. I'm really proud of the situation. I'm really happy to be part of the situation.
I think it's a great match for Jacob. You know what I mean? It's like a win-win. Statistically, like you would think like Gordon Ryan should be like the victor, but I don't think that like Gordon Ryan should like give Jacob like a foot or a limb for any chance, just because you know what I mean. Jacob has that breaking. He's technical and he's got that breaking power. So like don't just give him your leg. You know what I mean? Like because he's gonna win either way. You know what I mean? Like he's getting to roll with like the best in the world. So leading up to like the trials and everything, it's gonna like either way, it's gonna give you a lot of confidence because you're gonna be on the mat like, yo, I just went up against the best guy in the world. Like these guys are nothing.
Gordon Ryan is going to pull up something great like he always does on Nogi. Jacob has been improving a lot. If you guys have been watching him fighting lately, he's a very dynamic competitor, and then he fight forward too. So it's gonna be very good to watch like a young competitor rising, fighting someone who's already there, like Gordon Ryan, Nogi. So it's gonna be interesting to watch how hungry it's gonna be Jacob going towards Gordon Ryan for sure. But everyone does know that like mistakes are gonna cost a lot for Jacob with Gordon Ryan. It's gonna be a fun match. What I believe, like in Jiu-Jitsu gi or no gi, when you go on a mat against someone, you have 50% chance to win. So like the other person, he's really good, but I believe that nobody is invincible. And I think if he believes on himself, he might be able to pull it off and a win.
If Couch can have some offense, that's going to be the win. He's going to be at least 30 pounds lighter, if not more than that, than Gordon, from my understanding. He's a lot younger. He's a lot less experienced at this higher level. And Gordon's pound for pound the best guy in the world. So the only thing that you could say is like, I mean, he just needs to put on a good performance. If he puts on a good performance, then that's going to propel him into a position that very few people can go to, because almost nobody performs well against him. So if he can come out with a couple of attacks, defend some things, and then, however the match goes, it goes. After that, I think that's a win for him, even if he doesn't actually make a win. If he somehow is able to finish him, then, I mean, forget about it. It's the craziest thing in the world. It'll be all over everywhere for the next 2 years, and it'll be awesome.
It's a very, very, good matchup, I think. And, Gordon Ryan is obviously the favorite, but I wouldn't count Jacob Couch out. We all know how dangerous he can be. So, and Gordon hasn't competed in a while too, so we'll see how things goes. I'm excited to see that one.
Gordon Ryan, it's like if you have some athlete, and it's not so common to see, if you have some athlete doing something great, you really want to watch that athlete fight as much as he can, and Gordon is that guy, so everybody like always put too much attention on him because he does it jiu-jitsu grappling pretty much perfectly, So for that reason, everybody like to watch him, everybody love him, a lot of people hate him. So the attention is on him for that fight because he does it like in another level, So we cannot expect anything different from him.
And I was kind of surprised to see Gordon stepping up again on the mats, because he has been having some healthy issues, and I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty happy that he's coming back to the mats. And I'm pretty excited also for Jacob, because he's a guy that is been battling a lot on the mats. I'm just excited for both guys because I've been watching them for quite a while, and I'm a big fan of them. And just like when I see the fight, of course, I'm expecting a good show. And yeah, can't wait for Friday night.
Dude, it's really interesting, man. I mean, because there's a lot of elements at play. Like it's like an up and coming guy against an established guy. It's Gordon coming off the layoff. It's Jacob kind of having like a good amount of hype behind him and a good amount of like momentum. I mean, for Gordon at this point, like there's really no like interesting matches, right? Like I mean, there's maybe like two. It's like Felipe, maybe a rematch with Buchecha and Andre. That's like the only matches that like people really like would think that he's in danger of losing, right? Every other match is kind of a risk to him, you know. So like him going in with that mindset is pretty interesting, right? Because that's gonna change someone's game, you know. And Jacob has literally nothing to lose. So if he can come out, and if Gordon doesn't have like the same maybe like hunger or whatever, maybe he's just a little off his game because it's a long layoff. There's just a lot of interesting scenarios that could play out, and ultimately, yeah, I do think Gordon will get it done. No disrespect to Jacob, like I think he's gonna be one of the best grapplers in the world. He probably already is, but I think Gordon is just the best, and I think that he's just like so good right now, and this will probably just be such a cool match because I think that he will not just go in there and just tap Jacob right away, or like he's gonna kind of make it interesting. He's gonna kind of like string it along, and he's gonna see what Jacob's got, and Jacob's gonna attack the whole time. So it's gonna be pretty cool, man. I'm really excited.